Okay, so we're gonna press play and we're gonna get this started. Yes. Huh? What looks like?
Would you like for me to get you something for that little tummy?
I guess I'm talking about this one. Well, here I'm gonna first explain myself. I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of comedy films. I watch a lot of horror movies. I watch a lot of films in general. Heck, I have a list of the top 4 worst comedy films. Well, currently this film that we're reviewing today has been added to that list. The other 3 films that are on that list are the Vacation reboot, Scary Movie 5, and my number 1 most hated comedy I've ever seen, Hell and Back. But today, we're not talking about those. Oh no! Today, we are talking about the 1990 sex comedy film and the sequel to Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon meets the Cosmic Cheerleaders. So just like the original film, it spoofs the Flash Gordon serials. Although the humor in this film has a lot of scatological humor. Or in this case, poop jokes. Oh, and you know how like a lot of the actors from the original Flash Gordon were kind of charming at times? Like, you know, even though like, this crazy nonsense is happening, you know, they were still kind of charming with their silliness of the film. None of those actors returned. And the only one who actually returned for this film was William Dennis Hunt, who, like in the previous film, played the Emperor Wang. But in this film, he goes by the evil presence. Okay. Sorry. So the cast for this film includes Vince Murdoch as Flash Gordon, Robin Kelly as Dale Arter, Tony Travis as Dr. Flexi Jerkoff, William Dennis Hunt as Evil Presence, and Morgan Fox as Rubanda Hooters. Bruce Scott as Master Vader. Yeah, you can tell how great the character names are in this film. So the film was directed by Howard Sim and had a budget of $1.5 million and a box office return of $1.3 million. So basically, in the plot of Flash Gordon meets the Cosmic Cheerleaders, Flash Gordon is kidnapped by, well, in this case, Cosmic Cheerleaders that basically say, hey, help us try to save the world because our men have become impotent and we need men, and we're also trying to figure out how to, helps save Iron Man too. I'm not gonna pull any punches. I'm sorry. But to quote the great Roger Ebert from the classic review North, I hated this movie. Hated every stupid single moment of this gosh darn movie. Oh, good gosh. I'm glad I got that out of my system. But, yeah, I did not like this movie. I hated it. I mean, okay, I'll say at times, the first time you see the first time you see a poop truck, I think, okay, really? And then sometimes I mean, some of the creature effects in this film they look impressive. But at the same time, like, every time you see a sexual joke, I'm feeling, okay, it's funny. Like, whether it is a sports team, like, when it's discovered, like, say, when it's revealed how it's flashback of how all the men in the galaxy have lost their mojo. They have these giants. You know how when you're a teenage boy, you go to stores and you grab a boom and you just start waving around like it's your penis. That's the level of humor for this film. Yeah, humor that somehow, like, teenagers. Humor they would have seen from, well, those fraternity guys in college. Those movies about hazing and all that stuff. Yeah. So, like, a lot of there's some other kind of things that happen in this film, like, say, the return of Emperor Wang as evil presence, and is this distant Master Vader, who looks like Steve Buscemi or something like that. Yeah. Some of the jokes, like, say, are, I'm gonna be honest, there's only so many times where you can just say, okay, this is not funny, this is just straight up annoying. And this is just my opinion. And you can just say, oh, hey, this is awesome, you might think this is hilarious. Well, I'm sorry, I had ever so often that just feel like, I will sometimes say, I could, will look at my phone and just say, oh, it's blah 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 by the time. I still have 15 minutes before I have to go back to work. Like that. But I watched the movie. As soon as I finished, I thought, thank God I finished this. Like, there's a moment where I thought, okay, that is kind of funny, but then I questioned myself. Why? Is Dale Arder and Dr. Flexi Jerkoff, they're in a plane and their ship, and they're flying around space through, I guess, a moon asteroid, and the moons are shaped like asses and project gas. And one of the jokes is, say, oh my gosh, it's the biggest moon of all, and it's a darker moon. Real classy. Yeah, real classy. I'm sure Mel Brooks would have been the thought, ha 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 ha. But I feel like this is kind of like a movie that the Dave and the Seltzer brothers would have thought like, oh yeah. We need to watch this movie. Yeah, this is where we get our content from. I'm probably being too harsh. I probably am. Heck, there's even a moment where there is a group of sentient beings known as the Turd People, where it's like a group of actors that have like poop costumes, and they kind of have makeup to make it look like their faces just, oh, it's so gross. Oh, I hated this movie so much, man. I guess if you're looking for a movie that's turn your brain off and you just want to think like you want to just see some stupid, over the top nonsense, I guess this is the movie for you. And I guess if you like movies that show gratuitous sex, I guess. I mean, who doesn't like that? But at the same time, it just shows it so much. It just feels like, okay, I feel like I've gotten numb to this. I don't know, man. But what do you think? Have you seen this movie? Have you, like, what are your thoughts, maybe? Have you seen it? Put your thoughts in comments down below. And yeah.
You have got to quit abusing yourself like this. Making yourself sick and then watching these movies and then reviewing them.
The greater good, though.
What greater good, huh? For someone who stays on YouTube all day, this is not a good future for you.
Don't judge me, please.
I've seen your search history.
I can explain.
You want to explore. All adults are like that. Just don't puke on my carpet anymore.
I'm gonna need $10. I'm gonna buy something to explore with across town. I'm gonna go buy a toy. Best $10 I ever spent. Oh hey, I think I can see the beach from here. No wait, that's just my bald neighbor's head.
Have you seen mine?
Okay, keep in mind this is actually $50 or $60.